Hey, thanks for checking out Indiana Outdoor Adventures. I have the Rugged Ridge rear inner fender liners. These are the plastic ones. I'll post a link up to purchase these if you're interested. And I've already done some test fitting. They go in a whole lot easier than the metal rear inner fenders that I had tried before that would not work with the fender flares that I have. And I've got everything prepared here. I'll go through step by step, showing you exactly how to install these. As you can see, I have the fender flare removed and everything ready to go in. These are all of the reusable clips for the Rugged Ridge WF1 fender flares. They provide clips with the Rugged Ridge inner fender liners. That will replace these, but I'm actually going to reuse the factory clips because they'll fit and they will secure the inner fender liner. And then you have these clips that will go onto the fender liner, and you have bolts that will go in here in specific spots to secure it otherwise. So let's go ahead and get to it. I'm going to go ahead and secure the bottom part of it and show you how to line up the top. I'm actually going to be using these where I can to go through both the fender flare and the inner fender liner. I've installed the clips where they are needed. The little push rivets will not engage enough of the holes here in the fender liner to secure it. So I am going to use the clips. You want to make sure to secure these with the integral nut toward the inside. This is what it'll look like whenever you put it in place, and it goes up behind the lip of the actual fender on the bed side of the Jeep. And then you see these holes back here are lined up with these clips. We'll go ahead and install those screws using the factory clips. I have the factory screws installed loose so that this still has a little bit of movement to it. And I am going to line up whatever holes up here don't line up with the fender flare and get those installed, and hope that these button head screws don't interfere. FYI, these screws back here are an 8mm, and these are, I believe, a 5/32 hex head or an Allen key. So anyway, I would like to make sure that everything lines up here with these holes and use the screws to go through both pieces so that I don't have anything behind the fender flare that could interfere with its fitment. I'm actually afraid this screw here is going to interfere, and if it does, then I'll take that screw out and only use the others. Through the magic of time and dropping things numerous times, I have all of the push rivets back in where they go, and the screws lined up through both pieces, as you can see here, fastened down with the washers. So this is all secure, and honestly, it feels a little bit more secure with the fender flare than what it did originally. And everything's together, not really much of a gap. There's a slight little bit of gap showing there, but not anything bad. And you can see that all of this fits together pretty well. I may address this at some other point, but that will not be today. Back up and show you what everything looks like assembled from a distance. I really like the way the Rugged Ridge inner fender liner looks with the Rough Country WF1 fender flare. It all came together nice and tight. It's been a little bit of a hectic time here since I installed the rear fender liners from Rugged Ridge on the Gladiator, but I just wanted to finally wrap up this video. It's been raining pretty much since I finished these installs, and I still don't have, I was missing a washer, and I think that I lost it. I'm sure that it came in the pack, but I probably lost it somewhere in the grass next to the driveway. But I got these in and wanted to give you a quick walk around. And as soon as I walked outside, it wasn't raining until I started filming, and now it's sprinkling rain. So it's been raining pretty much nonstop for several days. I know. Anyway, I'll give you a walk around real quick and show you a little bit of what I did. I will probably go back through these and make a couple modifications, but I'll show you that when we look at the rear inner fenders. As you can see, the front end, I don't have these in yet. I am using Quadratec aluminum inner fenders for this install. I'm going to try to get the Jeep pulled in the garage and these installed today. But the rear, I like them. I think they look really good. And for attachment, I actually went through and drilled holes in the fender flare so that my screws that hold the inner fender liner on are actually attached to the fender flare as well. There's one spot back here where I have to drill through and put one of the screws in. Then here we have the other side. Everything's buttoned up nice and tight. I love the way these fender flares fit, and the plastic fender liners from Rugged Ridge are fantastic. I mean, this is really exactly what I wanted. And I do believe that they sell metal ones as well if you wanted to go that route. Plastic, much easier to install in my opinion. Be sure to like and subscribe to Indiana Outdoor Adventures. I've got a lot of other stuff that I want to do, not just Jeep projects, but I'm going to be adding some drone footage eventually, and videos of just neat places that we run up onto or come across here in southern Indiana. Maybe do a little bit of history about some of the areas. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll post links in the description to the products that I used.